Hey everybody. In class today we worked with rates and unit rates, and tonight we're going to take a look at a few examples of problems where this concept comes up. To recap from what we saw in class today, a rate is a ratio of two quantities measured in different units. So it's the type of thing that could be 20 miles over 4 hours. Okay, that would be a rate because the units are different, miles and hours. It could be $6.42 for 3 pounds. Okay, two different units. That could also be a rate. It could also be 350 calories for 28 chips. This is also a rate because we have two different units, calories and chips. A unit rate is a rate when the denominator is 1. So it could be one of any unit. So it could be 5 miles over 1 hour, right? Two different units, but our denominator is 1. And we can write this different ways. We could write it as 5 miles over 1 hour. We could write it as 5 miles per hour, or we could actually write that out in words. 5 miles per hour. Okay? And the same thing can happen with money. We could have $2.15 for 1 bag, right? Or $2.15 per bag, if we were talking about a bag of chips or something like that. Let's take a look at our first example. During peak growing season, the kudzu vine can grow up to 6 inches in 12 hours. What is the peak growth rate of kudzu in inches per hour? And you see here, that vine can go really fast. That's a house under all that foliage there. So, if I want to know the rate of kudzu in inches per hour, this sentence, this last sentence, we underline what we're looking for, gives us a clue as to what we want to do. We're looking for the rate in inches per hour. When we see the word per, we know that means division. I want to find the unit rate in inches over hours. So I know that it is 6 inches over 12 hours. I can put my units there. Okay. Now, if I want to get down to 1 hour, what I can do is I can divide both of these by 12. I'll divide the denominator by 12 and the numerator by 12. 12 divided by 12 gives me 1 hour in the denominator, and 6 divided by 12 gives me 0.5 inches in the numerator. So our unit rate is 0.5 inches over 1 hour. Now we could write this a couple different ways. We could write it like that. We could also write it as 0.5 inches over hours. And we could also write as 0.5 inches per hour. So that's the rate that the vine grows. Okay? Any one of these three is a good way to write it. In example B, we have a speed skater. A speed skater took 2 minutes 30 seconds to complete a 1,500 meter race. What is the skater's average speed? So you guys may remember from science class from dealing with speed. Speed equals distance over time, right? And this is a rate because distance and time are measured in two different units. So if I want to find my distance over time, I know that the distance was 1,500 meters, and my time was 2 minutes 30 seconds. Now the problem with this, 2 minutes 30 seconds, is that these are actually two different units. Minutes and seconds are different units, so we need to pick one, and I'm going to choose to do seconds. So 2 minutes, I know, equals 120 seconds, and then I need to add 30 seconds onto that. So that's going to give me 150 seconds. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds is 150 seconds. So we can put that into the denominator here. Now, when I divide 1,500 by 150, I get 10. So I get 10 meters over 1 second. So this is my unit rate. And remember, we could also write that meters per second, or we could write it as 10 meters per second. So 3 different ways to write the rate. In our last example, we have a store that sells the same pasta the following 2 ways. 10 pounds of bulk pasta for $15 and 2 pounds of packaged pasta for $3.98, and I want to find which is the better buy. So if I'm looking at the bulk pasta, I want to find which is the better buy. So the one that costs the cheapest for each pound is going to give me the better buy. So we can do $15 over 10 pounds. Remember, we abbreviate pounds, LBS. $15 over 10 pounds. And for the packaged pasta, I have $3.98 over 2 pounds. Now, I could do this a couple different ways. I don't have common denominators here, so it's tough to compare. But what I can do is I can get a common denominator of 1 if I turn both of these into unit rates. So if I do 15 divided by 10, I'm going to get $1.5 or $1.50 for every 1 pound. And if I turn our packaged pasta into a unit rate, I divide 3.98 by 2, that's going to give me $1.99 for every 1 pound. So my unit rate here shows me that this one is going to be cheaper for each pound. 1 pound will cost $1.50 for the bulk pasta. For the packaged pasta, 1 pound cost $1.99. So this one over here is clearly the better buy. Alright, that is all of our work for tonight, all of our examples. You can go ahead and finish up your notes. Do not forget to submit through Canvas, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.